What's up, you guys? It's Joshua's Faith Ministries, and today I am back with another video. I want to thank every single one of you guys for clicking on this video, but most of all, above all, I thank God for everything. I thank God because He's the reason I am here where I'm at right now. And with that being said, man, I gotta tell y'all this testimonial message and give God the glory because He deserves it. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So you guys, I remember starting from the time where I made my first song, which you can still look on my channel if you go to my YouTube shorts. I didn't make this song on my own. I couldn't make it on my own. It's not officially on my videos yet, but pretty soon it's going to be on the videos. On God's timing, it's going to be on the videos. But one thing about it is I could not have made that song on my own. I could not have gotten here on my own. I could have not have did any of this that I'm doing on my own. And I just have to make that known right now. Because literally, like, I'm not just saying this. God is my witness. God will not allow me to sit here and lie in His name and continue to go out like nothing. Like, so what I'm saying is very real. It's very true. And I got to give God all the glory because He deserves it. Because as I was making that song, I was going through some stuff. I remember I had stopped taking my medication cold turkey, and literally, like, as I was making the song, I felt like sick. I started feeling sick, feeling like I was gonna pass out. I stopped eating in the middle of a song. I was fasting, and then I stopped taking my medicine cold turkey, no food, no medicine. And when I tell you, I felt so sick to the point to where when I left, it felt like I was gonna pass out. Like, and I could have passed out, and I had my location off. Nobody could have known where I was. So the thing about it is, literally, like, as I kept my eyes on God, because that's not the only time that happened, because I had tried pulling away from it. But one thing about it is God had got me through those situations, through those moments, and He literally, I don't know how, I couldn't do it on my own. I couldn't have made it. Literally, like, I thought I would have. Hey, I was just hoping for the best, and all I could do was keep my eyes on Jesus. And as I kept my eyes on Jesus, continued to trust in Him, and continued talking to God on the way back home after making this song, after continuing to make the song, going to the studio, this, that, and the third, God gave me the strength to continue to make it, to continue to get through those obstacles every single time. And with that being said, I got to give Him the glory for it. I got to give Him the glory for everything He's doing in my life now. And one thing about it, ever since the day where I started making music, that day, going to the studio, and I remember I was going through some hard spiritual warfare. And the thing about it, one thing I noticed is that when you start doing good, you start doing the right thing for God, it seems like the spiritual warfare starts to increase. Like the enemy tries stopping. And that's exactly what happened. The enemy tries stopping you from doing that thing that God calls you to do. Or the enemy may try putting blockers in front of you to prevent you from getting to that point where God is pushing you towards. But one thing about it, when God has called you to go somewhere, when God has called you to do something, you're doing it, you have faith, you believe and trust in God, you're going to get there without a doubt. And the same thing goes for me. Like, I'm a witness, and I've seen it. And without God, I could not have got that video done. You know what I'm saying? It costs money, it costs time, but that means nothing. The thing about it is that that song that I made was meant to give God glory. It was not for me. It was a message in that song. And if you go on my YouTube channel, you go on my shorts, you can have a chance to listen to it before it actually gets uploaded onto the video section and on whatever platform it's going to be on. But with that being said, this is not the end. It gets better and better. But as I've been on this journey from the start of there all the way to now, I can truly say that God has been moving in my life, and that He has blessed me so much, and my life has been getting better and better and better. But one thing I can say I also know, this is a spiritual warfare. But regardless of that, God has been here fighting for me. I can see it already. God has been fighting for me. And I can't even complain about anything. One thing about it, I speak the word of God. I pray. I have family. I am so thankful that God has done everything that He's done in my life. My point is that God gets all the glory in this. Everything that I do, this YouTube channel, the subscribers, everything. The ones that's watching, that's being influenced, the ones that has gotten saved, God gets all the glory. And one thing about it, when God is doing everything that He's doing in our lives, it's important that we give Him all the glory because He deserves all the glory. And no one shall steal God's glory. So I'm making this video to give God all the glory. And with that being said, and being completely honest, I could not get here on my own.